I'm Kate Sutherland with JWB Property Management, a proud gold sponsor of JAX REIA. Today on Debunked, I am clearing up 3 common misconceptions that we hear all the time from real estate investors and rental property owners. Myth number 1, you greatly reduce your rental pool by offering 24 and 36-month lease terms. The truth is, you don't. JWB Property Management is able to offer 24 and 36-month leases to our residents, all while delivering a high standard of service to ensure that those residents want to uphold their lease terms and renew for another term. In fact, in Q1, JWB Property Management signed over 500 leases, and 3/4 of those were signed on to a 24 or a 36-month lease term. Many folks think that 12-month leases is going to be the most common opportunity to get a lease signed, but that's because most traditional property managers only offer 12-month leases. If we're able to offer a long-term lease on the front end, it's going to reduce your vacancy and turnover in the long run, ultimately increasing your returns on ownership. Myth number 2, it's cheaper and easier to self-manage my own portfolio. The truth is, it depends. When you choose to manage on your own, you want to ensure that you have the time and resources to dedicate to the vendors that you're aligning with. JWB Property Manager's maintenance team is completely focused on opening and closing out work orders with our vendors as quickly as possible. On average, it takes our team about 8 days to close out a work order with one of our vendors if we can't troubleshoot over the phone, which is always going to be the route that we want to take on the front end. Another opportunity with aligning with a property management that has a vertically integrated team is to allow different departments within that team to maintain a sole focus. For example, JWB's leasing team's sole focus is completely on vetting out, qualifying, and finding the right resident for your property for a long-term stay. Our property manager's focus is collecting rent and renewing leases, while our maintenance team focuses on opening work orders, troubleshooting over the phone, and coordinating with vendors. And our marketing team's focus is on marketing. So when you try to take all of that on for yourself, it can be a lot to handle. So again, you just want to make sure that you have the right time and resources to do so effectively. Myth number 3, all property managers make their money by charging a high amount of fees. The truth is, many do. Many property managers' focus is on a 12-month lease on the front end. That allows them to charge a tenant placement fee potentially every single year. With JWB Property Management, our focus is going to remain on long-term leases. Traditional property managers' sole source of income are those fees, so that's where their sole focus is going to lie. While JWB Property Management sells turnkey single-family investment properties to owners here in Jacksonville, which allows us to earn money from that source. That allows JWB Property Management to be okay with signing a long-term lease on the front end and deferring that tenant placement fee until our leasing team needs to go to work, vet out a new resident to get a new lease signed for you. By focusing on long-term leases with JWB Property Management, our average resident stay is right around 4 years. So that would be a defer of a tenant placement fee, potentially for 4 years as you have that resident and rental income coming in for your property. Myth number 4, filling vacancies is better than preventing them. The truth is, it's not. We want to prevent vacancies from occurring in the first place, and that comes with us creating and cultivating a community with our residents. If we're asking a resident to commit to a long-term lease on the front end, we have to deliver a high service value to that resident and ensure that we're truly getting to know them on a more personal basis. That comes with a heavy presence in the community that these residents are living in as we act as their property manager. It's things like being a listening ear, answering the phone when they're calling in, learning the right communication style, and understanding maybe what's something that's really special and important to them that we can be a part of. Examples include us going out during spring break and sending Kona ice trucks for a property that we manage in the community, or creating town hall events where we welcome our residents to those events, where we have a panel of property managers, maintenance teams, JWB Property Management staff there so that we can hear what our residents are saying and we can act accordingly. Things like that really allow us to differentiate ourselves amongst other property managers in the community because we know that that's truly what matters to that resident and allows that resident to be more likely to want to renew that lease, stay in that home, and align with JWB Property Management for even longer. Thank you for tuning in to Debunked with JAX REIA. If you ever have any questions on property management or turnkey rental properties here in the Jacksonville market, don't hesitate to reach out. And keep investing smart.